Just a bit of background on the Miracle of Bern story. It features Hungary and West Germany, and 5 years prior to the 1954 World Cup, Hungary were unbeaten in 31 matches, and also if you count them beating East Germany in an unofficial friendly, it were 32 matches that they'd won. Hungary had also been the reigning Olympic champion and winner of the Central European Cup in 1953. Also in 1953, Hungary had defeated England 6-3 at Wembley Stadium, becoming the first team outside the UK and Ireland to beat England on home soil. And they had also thrashed England 7-1 in Budapest, just a couple of weeks out from the World Cup. Hungary did not have to play any qualifier to make the 1954 World Cup, as their opponent Poland withdrew due to a lack of players. Another advantage that Hungary had coming into the tournament was all their players were full-time professionals, whereas most other nations and players at that time were not full-time professional. Most played for the army club Budapest Honved of MTK Budapest FC, which in the 1950s were run by Hungary's secret police. Whereas in comparison, Germany suffered after World War II, with West Germany, East Germany and the Tsar Protectorate being the three emergent entities that resulted from the war. Germany did not rejoin the FIFA as a member until after 1950 and therefore missed the 1950 World Cup. With West Germany as well, a lot of their players were semi-professional who often worked a second job or owned a business to support their incomes. Prior to the 1954 tournament, West Germany had only played a few friendly internationals and a short qualifying campaign against Norway and the Tsar Protectorate. This lack of international exposure left both the national and foreign observers unclear about the quality of the German side. In the first stage of the 1954 World Cup, Hungary and West Germany were drawn in the same group. Hungary opened the World Cup with a 9-0 win over South Korea. It then played Germany, winning 8-3 and qualified for the quarter-final. In that game, Ferenc Puskás suffered an ankle hairline fracture from a foul by German defender Werner Liebrich that made Puskás miss the quarter-final and semi-final. In the quarter-final, Hungary beat co-favourites Brazil, runners-up of the 1950 World Cup, winning 4-2. And then following that, they defeated World Cup champions Uruguay 4-2 after extra time. From a statistical perspective, on the eve of the 1954 World Cup final, the Hungarian team had the highest score for a national side to date. Its rating was surpassed only in 2014 by Germany. Meanwhile, for West Germany, their first match at the 1954 World Cup was a 4-1 victory over Turkey. This followed an 8-3 loss against Hungary. Strangely enough, West Germany had to play Turkey again in the group stage, and they beat Turkey 7-2 to qualify for the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, West Germany went into the match against Yugoslavia as outsiders, as Yugoslavia were the Olympic silver medalist from 1952, but they beat Yugoslavia 2-0. The team then went on to defeat Austria in the semi-finals with an unexpectedly lopsided score of 6-1. Before the start of the 1954 World Cup final, Hungary's preparations were disturbed quite a lot. First off, the team missed their bus back to the hotel where they were staying, and then on the eve of the final, the players were kept up to the early hours of the morning as a village fair took right out the front of the place where the hotel was based, which disrupted the players' sleep. By contrast, the German team resided in the tranquil lake town of Spitz, where it was unaffected from such disturbances. The spirit of Spitz became proverbial in Germany for describing the team's morale and camaraderie. The venue for the 1954 World Cup final was the Wankdorf Stadium in Bern. Try not to laugh there. And on the day of the game, there was heavy rain reported, but in a boost for Hungary, Ferenc Puskás, one of the best players in the world at the time, was fit and ready to play in the match. In the final itself, Hungary took an early lead in the 6th minute of the match when Ferenc Puskás scored. This was followed by Schibber for Hungary, who made it 2-0 in favour of the reigning Olympic champions. And it looked like West Germany's World Cup was over then and there. But in the 10th minute, Morlock equalised for West Germany, which was followed by Rahn, who scored in the 18th minute for West Germany. The match remained in the balance until the 84th minute when Helmut Rahn got his second goal of the match, and he scored to make it 3-2 in favour of West Germany. And that remained the final score, and West Germany had pulled off one of the greatest upsets in football in history, defeating a side that had remained unbeaten for 5 years and looked almost certain to get their first World Cup crown. The match was described by the German public as the Miracle of Bern, and even a film was made about it in the early 2000s. However, the match wasn't without controversy, with several calls by the English referee William Ling coming under scrutiny after the final. One of them included Germany's second goal. Grosix for Hungary attempted to clear the corner kick by Fritz Walter in the air, but collided in the 6-yard box with Schäfer. As a result, the ball went through to Rahn, who converted. Had Ling called a foul on Grosix, the goal would not have counted. Another controversy was Hungary's third disallowed goal. Eyewitness accounts differ on whether Puskás was offside or not. The official television footage allows no clear verdict, as it fails to show Puskás' position at the moment when the ball was passed. The Hungarian players claim that Ling's first wanted to allow the goal, but changed his mind after talking to Welsh linesman Benjamin Griffiths. Following the final as well, doping allegations were made against the German team, as it was alleged they had taken performance-enhancing substances. Several members of the team fell ill with jaundice, presumably from a contaminated needle. Members of the team later claimed that they had been injected with glucose before the match. And team physician Franz Lugan in 2004 said that the players had only been given vitamin C before the game. The loss came at a great shock to the Hungarian public. Spontaneous demonstrations erupted in Budapest and were directed not only against the team, but also the communist authoritarian regime controlled by General Secretary Maciej Rakowski. It was also the catalyst for the 1956 uprising in the country. For West Germany, the unexpected win evoked a wave of euphoria across the country, which suffered from a lack of international recognition in the aftermath of World War II, and where expressions of national pride were still tainted with the recent past. Some publicists describe the 1954 victory as a turning point in the history of post-war Germany. Following the 1954 World Cup final loss, Hungary never fully recovered as a footballing nation. They did qualify for the 1958 World Cup, where they reached the group stage. In 62 and 66 they reached the quarter-finals, and then in 1978, 82 and 86 they made the group stage. 1986 is the last time that Hungary have qualified for a World Cup. Meanwhile, for Germany, as we all know, Germany has gone on to win a further 3 World Cups and be one of the best teams in World Cup history in terms of reaching finals and winning finals. As I mentioned previously in the video as well, there's a film made about this called The Miracle of Bern, which is the title of this video, and it was a 2003 film which talks about the story of this World Cup final, and I think I've seen it on television somewhere before. I'm pretty sure you can buy it, so if you're interested in watching the film version of the 1954 World Cup final, it's available to go and get. So that concludes my video on the 1954 World Cup final, also known as the Miracle of Bern in Switzerland. It just goes to show that even if a team's heavily favoured, as we've seen in the Maracanazo video and this one, that it doesn't matter how many games you've won in a row or what you've done in the past. It all matters what happens on the final and who shows up. And for West Germany, they won 3-2 and they were deserved winners of the 1954 World Cup trophy. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be doing some more videos in the future, stay tuned. This has been History of Football. I'll catch us all later in the next one. Tatty bye for now.